Hey, this is Liz J. Simpson, founder of the Big Money Movement, accompanied by
Heather Pathery.
And we have the joy of reacting to A League of Their Own. Join us as we watch it now.
I love Tom Hanks. Look at how young he
Donnie,
is.
write to us. We'll
Look at
miss
how
you.
grainy this.
Look at her
quality
shoes.
is.
Good luck in the World Series.
I gotta remember to see.
What's he going in for?
Taking a little day trip?
No, Bob and I are driving home
Ah, I remember this.
to Oregon.
He's trying to process.
What the?
Right.
You know, I really thought you were a ball player.
Well, you were wrong.
Was I?
Ooh,
Yeah. It is only a game, Jimmy. It's only a game, and
she's
And
lying to
I don't
herself.
need-
She is.
I have Bob. I don't
She's
need
folding.
this. I don't.
Oh, woman, listen, there's layers here.
Yeah.
I gave away 5 years at the end of my career to drinking. 5 years.
Yeah.
And now there isn't anything I wouldn't give to get back any one day of it.
Well, we're different.
Are we?
If you want to go back home to Oregon and make 100 babies, great. I'm in no position to tell anyone how to live. But sneaking out like this,
Yeah.
quitting,
Cheap.
you regret it for the rest of your life. Baseball is what gets inside you. It's what lights you up. You can't deny that.
It just got too hard.
Oh,
Ooh, I'm sweating.
come on.
It's supposed to be hard. If it wasn't hard, everyone would do it.
Come on now.
The hard is what makes it great.
Say that. Woo!
Now I know why you picked this segment.
Why? Tell us, Heather.
This is a great narrative on the whole entrepreneurial experience.
Literally.
Right?
Yeah. How so?
Like, she got into baseball because she had some natural talent. She thought she could take it somewhere. And then when it gets too hard, we have
Yeah.
this moment of like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't have the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that's precisely the moment when we need someone else who sees our greatness. I can say, not on my watch.
Yeah.
You come back here, little missy. Right? You are not done here.
Yes.
Ooh, it gives me goosebumps.
And I love what he said is he said, look, if you really want to make 100 babies, if that's what you really want,
That's what you want.
then do it.
I'm good with
But
it.
even how you do it matters.
Yes.
Because don't slink out here like a snake.
That's right.
Trying to slither away in the
Because that
quiet.
tells me
That's not what you really
not
want.
what you really
because you're
want.
hiding.
You're embarrassed.
Yes.
You're trying to hide and sneak away at night.
Ah. And the narrative of that's not me. Like, what do you think was going through her head when she was like, that's not me? Why was she in denial? Why was she saying that?
Well, I don't think she identified as being a drunk, for one.
Right, true.
I mean,
True.
that's what it-
Yeah.
But that's not me. I think she's lying to herself. Right? And his monologue of it's hard. That's what makes it great. Like that reaches into your guts and pulls it out and reminds you like, yeah, if it was hard, everybody would do it.
I wonder if this is a driving
wasn't
force
hard. Yeah.
for you. Like, for me, it is. Like, one of our clients, Jamie Parker, and I have to give her credit, and we brought Jamie Parker on a panel to talk to our clients, and I asked her, you have this audience of women entrepreneurs. What is one thing that keeps you motivated that you would tell them to inspire them? And she said, you can do hard things.
Yes.
And I just had chills when she said that.
Yeah.
It's like, you can freaking do it.
Yes.
Don't sell yourself short. Don't say you can't do it.
That's right.
You can do it.
Yes. Okay, Glennon Doyle's book, what is it, Untamed?
Yes,
She
Untamed.
has that very line where they're going through some tough times in the family dynamics. And the daughter, I think, says something like, this is hard, Mom. And Glennon in the book says, I turned to my daughter and said, yes, but we can do hard things. And like, we all need to be reminded as women in business, yeah, this is hard. Sometimes it's unpleasant. Sometimes it's downright awful.
Yep.
But you know what? That's what galvanizes us as women, is that we can do hard things.
I agree. And I know for me, the things that I take the greatest pride in are the things that I survived and overcame
Yeah.
that were hard for me,
Yeah.
but I showed something new to myself.
Yes.
Like, I learned something new about myself. Like, and I know that we have to be careful about how we have this conversation, right?
Yeah.
Because there is some toxicity in,
Yes.
leaning too much into what's hard. But I think if we run away, if we run away from all of the hard things in life,
Yeah.
we will never see the best of ourselves,
No.
nor will we achieve what most don't.
And the world will be robbed of the best of ourselves.
Yeah.
Right? This was one of my early lessons of hard things. So I was a teenager. My parents recognized I was very academically minded. School was easy for me. So easy, in fact, that my parents were afraid that, I would find other things to keep myself busy. It was either a nunnery or it was like a boarding school. Right?
No.
Okay, I'm elaborating a bit. But so because there was no nunneries in the region, they sent me away to like a private academic, advanced school where literally there was 5 hours a night of homework on top of a regular course load. And I'm like 15, 16.
Wow.
And I had to leave home at the age of 15, enter this new school that had 500 students. And I was coming from a small town of maybe 100 kids in the whole school.
Okay.
And I remember hard things. It was the first day of school. My one older sister who was going away to university, she was dropping me off at this new high school. I didn't know a single soul. I didn't know a teacher, didn't know another student. And my sister dropped me off at the front of this urban school.
Wow.
And it was like there was no, like I had to get out of the car and I was gripped with fear.
Yeah.
And you kind of have these, when I'm talking like a coming to Jesus moment with
Yeah,
yourself.
literally.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to have to do this. And I'm going to have to find a way to make this okay. So I gathered my bits and I got out of the car and I walked across the lawn to this school. And I thought, and at the end of that, and I made it through the day. And I think like I maybe made one person a friend, but I got home that night and as I was putting my head on the pillow, I realized if I can do that, what else am I going to do in the rest of my life?
Oh my gosh, did you really have the awareness?
I had the awareness that if I can survive that day, what else can I do? Like at 15 years old, moving away from home, not knowing a soul in this school, and like teenagers are not kind.
Oh, not at
Right?
all. Not at all.
But I thought, if I can do this, baby, this is going to be interesting.
It's so interesting you say that because in therapy, I had a distressing situation. I believe my therapist called it a distressing emotion.
Okay.
And she gave me this acronym for when the way she described it is a distressing emotion is that in that moment, all you can feel is that emotion and you can't see beyond it,
Yes.
right? And so she was giving me tools for how to manage when you're in distressing times. And one of the things she said is, think about other times that you have felt a distressing emotion. And it's something about focusing on that makes you realize that felt all consuming at that time. But that emotion went away and I was able to move forward. So when you say that, that's what it makes me think of. Like when you are concerned that you can't do hard things, that's when you need to pull out that receipt book, honey. You need to go back and say, when else? When else have I done hard things? And if I could do that, then how can I harness that same grit and courage to do this hard thing? And I also feel like, I know for me, like I'm not going to say I'm never uncomfortable or afraid because I am all the time, but I literally lean into fear.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, oh, fear? I'm afraid? Next level, baby. Let's go. Let's get through it. Because I know my next level is on the other side of me pushing through a hard thing. And like, it's a challenge I embrace. I'm like, yes, we can do this.
But you only learn that because you've come through a series of hard things, right? It's like you develop that, it's strength training for the hard things.
Literally. Yep.
But I think one of the things, and I would like to see your reflection on this.
Yeah.
I'm in my mid-40s. I feel I have never been prouder of who I am as a human being because of all the hard things that I've done. And I can see the things that I do now would have completely taken me out of the game 20 years ago, right?
Yes.
And I look back at this progression of strength training into hard things, and I am so incredibly proud of the stripes that I have earned emotionally, spiritually, that I can do now that, while they may be stressful, they would have killed me 20 years ago. And I'm still thinking, if I can do this today, what am I going to be doing then?
Yes.
And I take such joy and such pride out of that recognition.
I know that's definitely how I feel. And it makes me emotional too, because connecting it to Tom Hanks in this film and him saying he tapped into, I made a mistake. I failed.
Yeah.
I know what it looks like to go down this path. And my ability to coach you right now isn't because I did it right,
Yeah.
but because I failed.
Yes.
And I don't want that for you.
Yes.
And it makes me think about the women that we coach. And the thing that we tell them is that, you know, yes, there's a lot of achievements and accolades we have that put us in a position
Sure.
and give us the, you know, position of power to say, let me help you. But more often than not, we say, we've failed more than you've tried. The reason why I can identify where you're at and coach you to the next level is because I was there and I didn't make the right decision.
Yeah.
I know where that path leads. I don't want that for
That's
you.
right.
And so my failures put me in a position to coach you to skip those.
Yeah.
missteps.
How can you trust a mentor, a business advisor, a coach who's never failed?
Yeah.
Because where are they going to be when you fail? What roadmap do they have to lead you out of that place if they've never had to come out of it themselves?
Yeah. Want to watch another clip with us? Click the next video where we are going to react to Michael Scott in The Fundamentals of Business, which I've never seen. So watch it with me. See you there. Bye.